So we put the phone down and we're saying our final goodbye. We're bawling our eyes out. And I post this little 15-second video, go to bed. I wake up with 25,000 followers, 13 million views. And I was like, wait, hi, I'm Kylie Jenner. Like, I need to figure out what I want to do with my life. Like,
You're like, I need another breakup next week.
Exactly. No, literally, I was like, I need to get in a relationship now.
Hello, and welcome back to Overstimulated with me, Hillary Henderson. This episode is sponsored by Mintier. Mintier is a female-founded Canadian business that cares all about your oral health. Guys, the Overstimulated family is going to keep it fresh this year because we have a 10% discount code for our listeners. It's Hillary10 for 10% off. Again, Hillary10, 10% off. And that is at shopmintier.com. They've got breast serum, they've got mouth tape, they've got tons of great products that I know you're going to need to stay orally fresh. Okay? Speaking of orally fresh, our guest this week, let me introduce her. Financial baddie, content creator, Bridgette Vong is here. Hey, Bridgette.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming in.
Good. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be on.
This is great. You are known, I feel like, for your authenticity, and you were in credit card debt. You got yourself out of it. You documented your whole journey online. It was fantastic to watch, but I'm sure it was really brutal to live through.
It was a fun time. Yeah, that was great.
So we're going to get all into that. This episode is going to be really great for anyone interested on how we can manage our finances a little bit better. As we say on Overstimulated, this is very much the blind leading the blind. No one is an expert here, but we're just two young girls that have lived through some life.
Yep. Just a girl. Exactly.
Just a girl trying to budget.
Yes.
With girl math.
Yes, exactly.
Bridgette, I've got some rapid fire questions for you.
Okay, let's do it.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Forever 21.
Oh, really?
It's incredibly overstimulating over there. Like, holy shit, that place is huge.
It is. It's kind of sad the kids don't get to go to Forever 21 anymore.
It was a very canon event. Like, you had to shop there for your dresses and your jewelry and your swim clothes But it was the worst place ever. Like, clothes were just like everywhere, in the ground, like in the tables. Like, the change rooms were disgusting.
Oh,
great place.
They never had makeup really there, did they?
No, they did. It would be like smeared everywhere.
Yeah,
like the cosmetics, all the shoplifting was crazy.
Oh, yeah. It is kind of funny how like our generation is like, oh, the Sephora kids, they're so gross. But it's like, no, look inward. We were once Sephora kids.
We were worse, actually. We were animals. We were just older. But like, these guys are like fetuses, but it's different.
It's gross. Came from twins. We're dumb. What's the most random thing that you've bought recently?
Just got a banana matcha today.
Okay. It was delicious?
It was incredible.
Okay. I don't think that's that random then.
Fair.
You're set.
It was $10, which makes for me random. Not a fan.
Okay. Yeah. No, it is random that they're fully out there charging $10
exactly
for
with their whole
matcha.
Chest.
Yeah. I know. Especially when it's like, oh, the non-vegan milks are extra. And I'm like, surely a cow is more expensive to keep alive than this almond that you're charging
100%. And I was like, this is insane. And then they like turn the iPad around and they're like, 20% or 80. And I'm like, literally zero.
Or you're a firstborn child. What would you like to tip us?
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
No, it's out of control. What's one thing you wish you could tell your younger self about love or dating?
That you're literally cooler, hotter, and smarter and funnier than like any other guy that you're gonna meet.
Okay, I love it. I love it. If you could date anyone, real or fictional, who would it be?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, maybe like a Bridgerton male lead.
Ooh.
Like Anthony Bridgerton would be great.
Yes.
Like or like Colin Bridgerton.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Fire emoji.
Exactly.
100.
They're so like romantic and spicy and I love them. And they're just like,
would you want him with a British accent though?
Of course.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I don't want him if he doesn't have a British accent.
No, get out of here. We need to recast the whole series.
Yes.
This is not it.
100%.
What's the best piece of financial advice you've ever received?
Pay off your debt as fast as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Or like pay off your credit cards in full every month. I wish I listened to that one faster.
Okay, I want to get into that with you. You share a lot of your vulnerability online, as I said at the top. You had a whole series about like unfucking your life, which I thought was so clever. And it was like unfuck my life, and you had a cool sound with it and everything. And I was like, whoa, okay, I want to see how I can unfuck my life too. Was there like inspiration for that? Like, how did you come up with the idea for this series?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually got it from a creator who I had seen online as a mutual. I think her name's Aisha. And she was super vulnerable and real with how chaotic and messy her life was, and she wanted to like obviously unfuck it. And I related to that so hard, and I hadn't seen anyone in Toronto do it at the time. And everything was so clean girl, and I'm like the absolute opposite of that. So I just started posting like how messy my space was or how chaotic my life was, and like my finances, like how
Yeah.
bad that was, and that kind of took off and snowballed into its own thing.
Right, right. What, was there something exactly that you were trying to unfuck, or was just kind of like in general
The
vibes
life,
were off?
like,
The
yeah,
life,
like the
yeah.
life, just all of the life.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Was it what led to that, do you think? Like, was it just burnout? Was it just like not being aware of how much you were spending?
I think for the finances specifically,
Yeah.
I think I was having a conversation with a friend one day and I was like, fuck, I don't know what to post anymore. Like, because I originally, my backstory comes from like this breakup that I was in.
Oh, okay. Wait, tell us
Yes.
more. Tell us all the lore.
Oh my gosh, the lore. This is like my original, like, this is my villain origin story. Was I had a breakup with a man 2 years ago,
Ew.
and I filmed our final goodbye, which at the time I thought was so normal, but looking back, I'm like, okay, you're kind of crazy. But I filmed it, I posted it. I like went to bed crying my eyes out, and it was like us hugging, like bawling our eyes out.
Okay, wait, rewind. You actually
Oh,
were
bitch, I put the camera down.
had you lived together or like
Yeah,
was it?
yeah, it was like a
No,
yeah, sorry.
Wait, okay, so you're like packing up the last box, getting
Yeah.
the last bag.
Well, so yeah, he helped me move into my Toronto condo.
Wait, that's actually really nice.
He's such,
He
he's so
helped you
sweet.
move.
There's like no bad blood. And I was like, okay, like we're saying goodbye. Let's like film this and like have it for our memories. And like, he's like, yeah, like sure, whatever you want, queen. Like you're fucking crazy. Like, so we put the phone down and we're saying our final goodbye. We're bawling our eyes out. And I post this little 15-second video, go to bed. I wake up with 25,000 followers, 13 million views. And I was like, wait, hi, I'm Kylie Jenner. Like I need to figure out what I want to do with my life. Like,
You're like, I need another breakup next week. to bring the
exactly.
people
No, literally, I was like, I need to get in a relationship now, do the whole thing. So, it was life changing. And then, but basically with the finance stuff, I was like, fuck, I don't want to post this breakup stuff anymore. I'm so over this.
Right.
It's been like a year.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, at
They
that
don't
point, you're
wanna
like,
hear it.
I'm manufacturing
Yeah, I'm healed.
drama.
Yeah,
about
like,
this.
I'm
Like,
like-
I actually haven't thought about this. Yeah.
Exactly. So my friend was like, you should talk about your finances. Like, no one talks about that. And I was like, that's weird. Who the fuck cares? Like, who cares how much debt someone's in? And she was like, I think more people would care.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, sure. So I did. And then at the time I was dating a financial advisor and he was like, you should start posting about budgeting.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And so those two like brilliant people behind me like came together and I was their little puppet that started talking about it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I also love how it's like, well, it was so much easier to like put down the record,
Yeah.
record on the final breakup conversation. You're like,
Exactly.
open up a spreadsheet. Ew.
Yeah. And I was
No.
like, oh, I could not do that. And then I did, and it did really, really well. And I was like, oh, this is what people want to see. And I kind of
Right.
like rode with that.
Okay, I want to go back to the breakup lore.
Yeah, please. That's like
For
my
a second.
like that's
This,
like
it sounds like you know he was down to collaborate on content.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
like moved you in. Like, are you still friends with this person?
we don't keep in touch anymore, but we ended super amicably. Like it was like 4 years of a great time.
Yeah. What happened exactly in that
Yeah.
relationship?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. We met at work, and we were both pretty young. We were like 19, 20. And then we moved in together really fast. And like we survived the pandemic. We both gained a fuck ton of weight. Like it was
As
like
you do in the
right?
pandemic.
Exactly.
No, literally earlier
No.
me today, I was telling you, I was scrolling through old screenshots and I was like, oh my God, I
What
used
a
to hate
time.
what I looked like. And I'm
Right?
like, that was my prime.
No, literally, it's so insane. And like, so he and I were great. And then pandemic passed. We were still together. We moved into like a house. We got 2 cats, which I now own. They're my children. What else happened? Yeah. And then we were working from home during COVID. And then once COVID stopped, we both worked out of office. And then we kind of just were like, wait, I like this better than like being with you all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of was like,
it is like rough. I feel like I went through that as well. I was
Yeah.
living with a former like boyfriend and we were like living together. I had been working at the office. Everyone was
Yeah.
called home. So we were both like at home and it was just like not fun. Like
Yeah.
I can't even imagine if you were still in love and so obsessed with each other
Yeah.
that would have been fun.
Yeah,
But it really
exactly.
expedited any, I think, existing issues people were
exactly. Yeah.
having.
It was like a house built on straws is like the analogy. So like
Yeah.
once we started working not from home, we were like, oh, this is like low key better. Like I feel like we should not be here.
Yeah,
And then
especially
we-
when you meet someone so young too.
Yeah,
which,
like, oh my God, I
if
was a
you
baby.
are in your late teens, early 20s, and you think you've met the love of your
It's
life, you might
respectfully.
have maybe respectfully that was not our experiences.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Like, yeah. What it was like there a piece of advice you wish you could have given yourself in that moment? Because I saw that video and it was like it felt raw, it felt real.
because it was, and I
Yeah.
like didn't even know it was gonna blow up the way it did. The piece of advice is like you shouldn't tolerate what you tolerated.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Can I ask how's dating going for
Oh my
you
gosh!
now?
Oh my gosh! I love this question. This is like my entire life. It's good. Question mark. It's good. I took a huge break from September to March, and I just redipped. I have a first date tonight. Actually,
Oh, okay, great. Well, you look stunning. It's gonna go amazing.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna go home, like change into something sluttier, and then
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, it's going better than it was. The break was very necessary because I was crashing out all of last year.
About dating or just like about life?
About men.
Yeah.
Like they're not great, but I was like too crazy.
Yeah.
But now I'm
yeah.
more stable and more calm and like so it's going better. And I'm excited to see what happens, but I'm like being too optimistic. It's a little suspicious.
Like, I know I literally had therapy about that the other week where I was like, oh, it feels like nice and exciting to be comfortable. But then at the same time, when you're not used to that, it's just like,
exactly.
Something's going to happen. You're like, burn the house
I'm like,
down.
something weird. It's just too calm right now.
No, I know. My friend sent me a meme today and it was like, sorry, I got anxious and like totally ruined everything. Like got angry because I was like so anxious.
Yeah, that's actually my entire like story.
Really?
Yeah, I just like, I get too irritated and then I'm like, okay, bye.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah.
I believe the psychologist would call that avoidant. And
that's me
I would say,
in a word.
thank you so much.
Exactly.
This is how I've learned to cope. Don't
Yeah, and I'm like,
question
gotta go, bye.
Literally.
Yeah, it's
literally.
great. It's going well. So yeah. Yeah.
This is for sure giving oldest daughter. I know
Yes.
you said you're an oldest daughter.
No, and some of my content, I used to make dating vlogs. I archived them all recently once I got back on the
Okay.
in the
Because you
game.
didn't want anyone to see it and be like,
I'm not dating her. Like, so-
also cyber, I feel like the kind of guy that would be like down, like
yeah.
that's an attention whore.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're the star of the
And
show
I
here.
don't want
That's-
that.
No,
I want
no.
like someone who has like one follower on social media. Like I don't want someone that is like a creator. So yeah, the for what they called first date vlogs, I think I did.
Yeah.
And I was insane. This is part of the crash out. I would rate the men. Like, which is so fucked. Like, I don't know what happened. Me last year, different girl. Like, foolish, silly.
Wait, would you do this like in front of them where you'd like
No, that's crazy.
okay. It'd be like after you get home and then you'd be like, that was like a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd be
or
like,
whatever.
I rate the date like a 7. He was like too shy, and then blah blah blah, and like so the whole thing came crashing down when one guy was like, "Hello, is this me?" And it was so funny. And I realized I was like, wait, I'm a bad person. Like I need to not do this anymore.
No, I don't think you were creating. He knew you were creating
That's what I'm
content out of your
saying.
life.
Exactly.
This is part of your life.
Yeah.
I think you're fine. I
Yeah.
think you should have doubled down. And then I think you should have screenshotted those messages, green screen it behind you and be like, by the way, he found it.
True.
Added it to the
that's
lore.
That's like a bit much. That's like full commitment. Like I don't like. I was like so embarrassed. I like retreated and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like,
no,
but it was crazy.
It is kind of crazy. Even like myself as an entertainer and content creator as well. Like it is interesting to think about like what aspects of myself and my life am I willing to share, because especially because you
Yeah.
do lifestyle content as well. Like your life is a product,
Yeah,
so to
it's
speak.
so
Like,
scary.
how do you decide like what you want to share and what you're like, I'm gonna keep that for myself?
Yes, I've been doing this for full time for about a year and a bit, 2 years total, and I think I'm really good at it now. But like a year ago, I'd just film anything and everything, and I'd find a way to incorporate it into a video or make it into something. But now I have like better work life balance where I'm like, okay, like this is a night out with my girls, I'm just enjoying, or like, okay, this is like an event I'd want to share about, or like this. Definitely now with my love life, like I want to keep that pretty private just because I would like be recognized and be like, oh my gosh, are you on a
Right.
first date right now? And I'm
Yeah.
like, this is
Yeah.
so embarrassing. Like I can't do that. So love life private, finances public as fuck. Like, like do whatever. But yeah, so I think I just have a good balance of what topics I'm like okay sharing. And
yeah.
whatnot.
Would you ever put a partner back out there? Like maybe once you already got to the point where you were feeling good and steady,
I
or
feel
is
like
that
he's
like
gonna
you know?
embarrass me. So I feel like
Sabrina Carpenter was right with those lyrics.
That's what I'm
She's like,
saying.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think it would be like maybe I don't know. I don't
It's
think
giving
so.
no. You're like,
Yeah.
no.
I'm so avoidant. Like I'm like that's so permanent. Like to put that out there.
Yeah.
Like, and I did before, but yeah, I wouldn't do it again. I don't think.
It is funny because I was always like, I'm never gonna post content with like, unless there's a ring on this finger, you're not getting
Exactly.
on the main page.
Yeah.
And recently I have started putting my boyfriend in some of more of my blogs.
I did
so
notice
you
that.
you can check those out if you're curious.
Exactly.
about him. But it is one of those things where like I did wonder when I was like posting them, I was like, because I know he was like not necessarily a slut or anything like that, but like we met on Tinder, and so like I'm
Yeah,
like,
okay, I
sure some other people from Tinder.
I love. No, that's okay.
I've met whatever.
We're not
And so,
hating.
like sometimes I do wonder. I'm like, I wonder if there's like anyone out there
Don't
that
wonder.
sees that.
Let's stop wondering.
Yeah, I'm gonna attract like wrong energy into my life.
That's so fun though. Yeah, I love you guys together. I think you're so cute.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I guess when you met me, we were together.
Yes,
the two of us.
and he was vibing. I'm a big observer, and he was very like good. Like he was a good boy. Like he was like in the room, he was acting accordingly, and like he was like down to be social, like which is rare.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Bars on the floor. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he talked to people.
He was
Thank
nice.
you so
He
much for doing
smiled.
that.
So, like great, great.
There was no serial killer in his eyes that night, at least. But anyways, going back to your finances. Well, actually, let me ask you this. Is this man paying for your date tonight? Do you think? Do you hope?
Of course.
Okay, good.
That's crazy. Like if not, like
also when we're giving you budgeting tips, don't you dare, girls. Don't you dare put a budget line on them for first dates. Okay.
Exactly.
You put an emergency fund in case you need to get yourself an Uber home. All right.
Yep.
But that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's it.
I don't know. Oh, like get yourself some makeup and don't show up looking like fuck ass. But like,
you gotta get like hair minimum. Just like do your own hair. Grab good lip gloss. Nails is the first thing I would think of.
Okay, but you don't need to get new ones every time you're going on a first date.
No. But look good.
Yeah. Look good.
Yeah, try. Be cute. Like
whatever cute means to you.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yeah.
Cute for me today meant dressing like this. So I
love this fit. This is so fun. It's color coordinated.
It is. You're right.
We're giving monochrome. Like this episode is shot in black and white.
It just cuts to us like.
Yes.
It's film noir, but it's us like, I made a TikTok live stream with my breakup.
Exactly.
This is so recession core. I love
it. It is. This indicator's crazy.
When two girls are in black and white screaming on a podcast about how men should pay for first dates, you know things.
Recession indicator.
Recession indicator. It is funny though, because I was with some girlfriends. This is a couple months ago, and like all the old guys at this bar, we were in like Niagara, so much more diversity in terms of ages of who's out, and about. But like all these like old creepy men were like so down to like buy us shots and things like that. But all the guys that like we were talking to, and like a couple of my girlfriends are single, and so we were trying to like find some people for them. And like we saw them for like half an hour and nobody budges to like get anyone a drink.
It's something about this generation, and I'm not like that girl that's complaining, but like everyone is cheap and frugal, which is fair. I of course, like this world is crumbling, so
yes,
like I would be cheap
protect your finances.
Exactly.
Unless you're a man, donate that to the nearest woman.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I wanted to go back to you mentioned your credit card debt earlier. It was around $15,000 that you had. Okay, do you know exactly like what that was kind of made out of, or how you ended up?
For sure. That? Yeah, I get this question all the time. It was genuinely mostly like frivolous spending. There was no big electronics, no big like purchases. It was just like tapping my card so often on like groceries or like random shopping, like clothing things, that it kind of just like snowballed over time, like eating out.
Right.
And
even if you just think like, oh, I'm just going to get one coffee out and like lunch out today.
Yeah.
Bitch, that's already like $35.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like a night out with your girlfriends. That's like $100 minimum.
Totally.
Like, so it was literally no big purchase at all. Like
there was no like big trips.
No
trips.
Like, not one. It's just some coffee.
It was just like living here. Yeah. You know, honestly, I like found myself in a bit of credit card debt at one moment too, because like similar, like honestly, I was living in an apartment that I couldn't really afford. But again, living in Toronto, especially like being a content creator and wanting to project like a certain like status, which like I can't even believe that like I'm saying that, because this was something I was like, I'm never telling anyone about this. Kudos to you for being so open about it. But I think it's like, you're caught up in this idea of like, oh, I want to be this kind of person, so I'm going to start living like this kind of person.
Absolutely.
And like, I don't know if you had this experience as well, but I also found that my like mental health was directly correlated to that.
Yeah.
Where like sometimes I would just be like working from home and it's winter and just feeling so low, and then just being like, oh, I'll go get my nails done. That'll save me. But by the time you do that, like that's $80.
Literally.
Just
it's like the worst. Like lifestyle inflation, I talk about it all the time. I think it's the most dangerous thing for our generation, especially because of social media. And like because people are posting their Euro summers every summer, or like what they get for Christmas or whatever, it just feels so much pressure to keep up, like whether you're a creator or not. And it's a really stressful time for sure.
Yeah. Well, and I know like in general, like brands, like they do target women because women do spend more money. Like I feel like men are more concerned about like going to the gym and like all of these, like not to say they don't have their own pressures with like status symbols and whatever, but like I think especially for women and like this, even I know you're mentioning the clean girl aesthetic earlier, but like, oh, you need to have this exact brand to like slick your hair back. You need to
this
wear
water bottle, this set, like this yoga studio cardio. Like you should go here to eat. Like this glassware for your coffee, this type of straw. Like
Right.
it's insane.
It's down to everything. And also at the end of the day, then we're not actually being like original and making like decisions that feel like really good for us because I'm like, oh, I just saw like everybody else has this. I need this.
100%. Yeah. It feels very cookie cutter.
Yeah. And it's sad how it like almost like preys on like our desire of like wanting to belong.
Yeah.
Like,
hyper-consumerism.
Yes.
It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wait, tell us what's hyper-consumerism?
It's literally just needing to consume like all the time. And I feel like with things like Temu or Shein or even Amazon, like you need to buy this like toothbrush holder or this like fridge dispenser for your
Just, like,
soda
small
cans.
things,
Yeah. And it's like, we don't need this.
It's funny because it's almost like a dopamine hit. Like if I think of like
insane,
how like, you know, when it was like hunter-gatherer societies and like women were, we do be gathering.
Yeah, we are gathering a lot.
We are gathering. I'm like, oh, Temu, I will be gathering.
Yes, yeah. And it's crazy, but it's such a good, like we need to study the psychology of that because that like add to cart and that like purchase order is so fun. And then you have this like post-purchase depression where you're like, oh fuck, I just spent $50 on an Uber Eats order.
Right. Yeah. No, honestly, there were so many times too when I was like spending too much money that I would either like, you know, have too many glasses of wine or like smoke a joint and like order something and then it would arrive in a couple days and be like, I don't even remember ordering
No,
this.
it's insane.
Like, what is this? Although,
it's
I mean,
crazy.
I don't recommend that as an approach, obviously, but it is kind of fun to be like, ooh, what is it?
It is like,
it's
especially
like a
in the
game.
summer, it's fun. It's like, oh, like what is this little like thing that I purchased while I was like patio drunk yesterday?
Right. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, a gift. And it's like, no, you actually spent money on that, girl.
Yeah, exactly. One time, me and my friend were like blackout drunk. It was like half price bottle of wine on King West. And we're like, we should go to a Jays game tomorrow.
Oh.
And we bought the most expensive tickets. Oh my God, it was like $300. And we were like, we have to go. And we just like clicked the button and then we woke up hungover being like, oh my God, did we just spend all this money on these tickets?
For Blue Jays too?
Yeah. And like, we don't know baseball. We are not baseball fans. Like we just went. And it was like the craziest little purchase ever, but so fun.
Okay, and then but that didn't include any drinks or anything.
No,
I'm assuming that's like for you.
Exactly.
Just like you're like, no, that was actually a $500 night.
Yeah,
Thank you for reminding.
Exactly. Yeah, but you do it once and you remember, and then you're like, okay, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Was there a moment when you were like looking at your finding? I know you mentioned like in terms of making content about it, how you had some inspiration from people in your life, but was there a moment like you internally were looking at everything adding up and just being like, holy shit, like I need to fix this?
Yeah, definitely. It was actually on a first date with the financial advisor that I ended up dating, but he like somehow brought up a budget sheet. I don't know what kind of first date this was. We like, whatever. He showed this.
Yeah, this was networking.
Yeah, this is literally a business opportunity. And he showed me this budget sheet on his computer and he's like, or it was like a credit card debt calculator with interest. I think that's what it was.
Oh my God. Wait, this is also so funny because I'm like, was this a date or like did your friends?
Yeah, was this a consultation? Like, I don't know what the hell. I should have invoiced. Like, damn, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember he's like, let's type in how much you have in credit card debt and then like calculate the interest. So he like
And you
sits
did that
me
on
down.
a first date?
Yeah,
You're,
which
like,
is kind of
typing-
crazy because I'm like, bro, this guy should not know that I'm like $50,000.
No, I know.
But like,
I know.
I just didn't care. I was like, I'm either never gonna see him again,
Fair,
or he'll like be the love of my life. None of which happened.
Right? Yeah.
And yeah, he showed me, and it was like with the interest, I'd be paying like $17,000 in interest if I paid off like $100 a month.
Oh my God.
And I was like, bro, that's so much money. $17,000. Like
just in interest. Yeah, because on credit cards it's like around 20%.
30%. Yeah,
Oh my
20,
God.
30%.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to do something about it. And he's like, yeah, you should. And yeah, we kind of just like, so he made me a budget plan. Yeah.
Wait,
great
on
first
that date?
Yeah.
Or like-
yeah. He like made me a budget spreadsheet. So how much you spent on this? This.
Wait, did he send you like an invoice afterwards?
No,
And,
he
like,
didn't. No, he didn't.
He's like, just following up. Yeah.
No, he was super nice. He's still my financial advisor today. Like, he's a great guy, and he always jokes that like we were like I was the like I took the fame and like made it my career.
I'm so dead, Bridget. That's so funny. That's so funny.
It's great.
That he's still your financial advisor. I wish,
He's
man,
so fun.
I was like dating like DJs and like men who didn't have employment. Like they could really offer me nothing.
No, that's well, you could, yeah. I struck gold with that one. He was a good business advice.
I love that. So then you went home from the date and you were like, okay, I'm gonna follow this budget.
Yeah.
Was there like, did you have to change your mindset at all, or like your mental health
gosh.
around it? Like, can you explain that process for
Absolutely.
us?
Yeah. I think I remember doing my taxes one year, 2022 maybe, and I was literally my face was getting hot. Like I was like literally sweating, panicking, being like, I don't understand these numbers. I'm like literally blacking out.
Yeah. Well, and especially with like something like taxes too. Like it is something obviously everybody has to do. And like, hello, we are in tax
Absolutely.
season now.
Yeah,
Get it
it's
done
so
by the end of
scary.
April.
Yeah,
everybody.
please. Yes.
But it's also like, it's like, you don't know how to do it. It's so important for you to do it. They
You have
already
to do
know
it
how much
right.
money you have to do it right. And if you don't do it right, you're going to jail.
Yeah, they get mad. They're like, we know what you don't know, but tell us if you know the right number. And I'm
Right.
like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I
I had
remember
an
that.
experience like that last year when I was filing my taxes.
Yes.
I worked with an accountant, and it was a different accountant than I worked for the previous year. And the previous year's accountant, I guess he like logged something incorrectly with my income, and I signed it. That was on me,
you trust
right?
him. Yeah.
Of course. And like we're going through everything together, but it was like something was like not like he forgot to put like a zero behind something, so like massive consequences.
yeah.
And so I got like a little return that year, thinking nothing of it, being like, life is great.
I love
this
life.
is so amazing.
Yeah.
And then when I filed my taxes the year afterwards, again, like who checks their like my CRA like account or whatever regularly? No, don't even know what email that goes to be honest. And the account that was helping me like the next year was like, just so you know, you have an outstanding balance of $5,000 that you owe the CRA. And I was like, are you kidding?
Oh my God.
Are you kidding?
That's
Anyways,
so
we
scary.
like adjusted and pivoted, and it's all fine.
That's
and like
nice.
it was my fault at the end of the day, obviously. Like I resubmitted everything and like the way it was supposed to be, but it's just like finding out things like that, like it's just like it's scary. Like I couldn't sleep for like a week because you're just like,
oh my God.
like
Financial anxiety is so real, and I feel like no one talked about it, but I think it's just like everyone needs to talk about it and tell their friends about it and like be stressed, because like you need to learn how to deal with it by being stressed.
Yeah. Okay. And that's your challenge for you at home too. Challenge yourself this week to talk to one person in your life just about finances. You don't need to get into it the way we are, but just like, find a little accountability buddy. Because I think especially for women, we don't talk about it. And I think if we do, then one, we can hold each other accountable a bit more.
Yeah.
We can share knowledge and tips and tricks.
Yes.
And maybe even not be spending so much.
Exactly. Yeah. I love talking to like my older friends who are like financially stable and like they're doing well. They're like partnered and like they're like, oh, like have you opened up this account? Or like, oh, like these stocks are down, you should buy these. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but sure.
Wait,
like,
can you add me to that WhatsApp group? I want to be in that group chat.
Literally,
Like,
it's so helpful. And I'm like, oh, I love like stable people. Like they are so fun to like listen to. And like we share advice like that. Or like I'll be like, oh, I don't want to go out. I don't want to spend like $100 tonight. Or like I'm saving money. I'm taking a trip. Like loud budgeting is very big among my friends.
Yeah.
And we're not shaming each other for being like, oh, I'm trying to save money.
That's great. That's great. Cause I feel like, so loud budgeting, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
is like when you like tell people like, sorry, like I'm not coming to that. Like you're very open about what you're doing, right?
Yeah. And you don't have to be like detailed about it, but you could literally just be like, oh, like I'm saving for a trip, or like, not really down for that. Like it doesn't feel like what I want to spend my money on.
Yeah. Well, and I think like the social component is so like, it's so great that you have a group, like a community that are all kind of on the same page with respecting that, because I've had it before where, I'm choosing not to take, a certain mode of transit or a certain mode of, or I can't come to this holiday or whatever. And like sometimes I think for, not to anyone's like shaming anyone, but I think sometimes that gets interpreted as like, oh, this person doesn't want to show up for me, or this person doesn't whatever. And it's like, no, this is like has real implications.
Exactly.
And like calling someone like cheap or whatever, like if at the end of the day, like that makes you not want to be friends with someone, there's probably something else happening there. That's like, it's not
that's
just
projection.
that one
Like,
thing.
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's hard. I feel like a lot of times people will be like, oh, you don't want to come to this. Like birthday dinners are such a complicated topic because people expect you to spend X amount of dollars
and bring a gift then too.
Yeah. And like weddings, I'm sure they're like that. I've heard people be like, oh, you have to spend like bridal showers, fucking groom showers, whatever, all the bachelorette. And I'm like, what? You're spending like $5,000 to just be a bridesmaid. Like that's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
But all of it is very stressful and hard to navigate. But the more open we are about our finances, I think like that animosity won't build.
Yeah. I love that. Girlhood, girl power.
Exactly.
No notes.
Yeah.
Did you, so going back to like the process of you being like, okay, I'm going to like make some changes.
Yes.
Like what sort of adjustments did you have to make to your like mindset and mental health?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So the first one, which was the biggest, is like be comfortable getting uncomfortable. So I remember I would never open my little banking app. I've never like at that time, like 3 years ago, I was like, oh, like I'm never checking this. I'm just tapping my card. I don't care. And then
it gives you anxiety though when it's like not going to be good.
Exactly.
Like,
it's like gut wrenching. So I remember having to open it. Like I made a habit to myself to open it and check every week what I was spending. And through that, it would make me uncomfortable, but it was so eye-opening. And I know it sounds so little, but it is like so eye-opening to be like, oh fuck, I spent like $30 on one meal that day. Or like, oh, I had 3 coffees for X amount of dollars. Or like, oh, like why did I spend $100? What was this on? Like that is like where your brain needs to go. Like you'll never know where to put your money if you don't know what you're spending it on. Yeah. So that was uncomfortable.
Is there any like one tip of advice that you could give if say someone's listening that's like, oh shit, that's me. Like I don't even want to like open, like I don't even have it on my phone because I don't even want to have it like that accessible. Like if you give them just like a quick little pep talk of doing it,
I would say just start. Like just start opening your app. Just check it every day, every night before you go to bed. And then from there, that's when you can start like budgeting and doing like more of the intense stuff, but like get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, because just open it, and if you need to bring some tissues, if you need to treat it like a 1990s rom-com where you're like
like it's stressful, but worth it. Like it's so worth it.
And I feel like if you do it too, and you make that part of your routine, then hopefully we get to where you are, where you're like in all these like group chats, like getting like, oh guys, buy this stock, and you're like, oh, it's going up, whatever, and you can get like that dopamine hit from that's actually what I want. I want to be able to open my banking app and be like get the same dopamine I got from TikTok.
No, exactly.
No, honestly, wait.
So fun.
Any financial institutions that want to collab on this, let's get some videos going that I can get a scroll when I'm just on BMO. Like it can be like tips.
I love it. That's so fun.
Sell me a new credit card.
We need a software engineer right now in the building.
DM to collab.
Exactly.
That's what will be said. That's so funny. What was the hardest part you thought of paying off the debt? Was it like some of the emotions, the discipline, like the lifestyle changes? Like did you find like did anything really concrete in your lifestyle change, or just cutting back on some of those more like ancillary expenditures?
Yeah. I remember I made a video on it that got like a lot of backlash, but I remember the things I cut out were going out to eat with my friends at the time, canceled my gym membership. I stopped smoking like weed altogether because that in itself was expensive, but also ordering food.
Right.
Like when I was high. No hair, no nails, no lashes. I don't know if I said that already.
Okay.
And then I don't remember the last one, but I cut out so much. I remember I still lived alone. That was a huge priority for me. But basically, and then like no Ubers and stuff. Like it was all TTC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was very like.
How long did you do that for?
I'd say like 6 months, maybe 8.
Okay, where you were really like disciplined with it.
And I was like, this is, I'd hang out with friends. It was like only in like doing things
like come over to my place and like
very
low
chill.
cost.
Yeah, like wine night, boom, that's it. Like not like we were never going out. I wasn't going out.
Did you feel like insecure at all? Like I think especially like you're talking about like some like canceling a gym membership, like not getting your hair, like your nails.
Oh my gosh,
like,
I felt like a thumb. Like I felt terrible. I was like,
especially if you're trying to like date and be cute and all those things.
And like also just like for my job, I was like showing up on camera a lot. Like I was a social media manager. I was doing this content thing part-time. But I was like, I will feel so good moving this like that. I kept thinking about that $17,000 in interest number, being like, okay, the more I get this down, like the more that'll go down.
You're saving future Bridgette money.
Exactly.
Future Bridgette,
and she was smart. She was really smart because now she's like, she'll thank me. I thanked myself.
Totally. Yeah.
But it was hard, and it was, I think, it was definitely difficult. I remember cutting all of that stuff out, and the discipline was like insane. Like it wasn't perfect all the time by any means. Like, but it was very much so like an active effort to be like, okay, like I'm not eating out, even though I'm like exhausted, and all I want is like food to show up at my doorstep right now. Yeah. And like I don't want to go out for drinks and etc.
Right. Okay. I have a couple questions for you. Yeah. Why did you get backlash from that video? Like people just didn't want to hear.
People are like, that's not a life worth living. Like the world is like, they're like, how, they're like, no weed, like wrap it up. And I'm like, bro, relax. Like people are crazy. I remember that video.
Sometimes it does feel like that where you're like, this is the only thing getting me through the day. But then you have to look at your life and be like, why is this the only thing that's like getting me through the day? Like, why am I living this kind of life?
Yeah. I remember the comments were so insane. Like they were so mean. And one of them was like you're saving all this money, but you don't have time to like fix your eyebrows, like fix your hair. And I was like, oh my God, like you guys are crazy. But it was like, that's when I noticed talking about finances was controversial, which I was totally okay to lean into. Like I wanted that. I wanted the discussion.
Yeah.
Because people don't always agree with like specific lifestyle changes and discipline.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh great, this is what I'll lean into then.
And it's like, well, you're creating content. And as a content creator, that's the most important.
Exactly,
you're giving them something to talk about.
Exactly.
Did you ever get messages from people being like, oh, you've helped me so much? Or like,
oh my gosh,
like positives?
It is the most rewarding part of my life, like my entire life. Like I've had like a really good handful of messages and people being like, I saw your video last year and that inspired me to pay off my debt. I just want to let you know I paid it all off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're insane. I just ran into someone before I came here at the freaking matcha place that was like, here, your meal is on me. Like I'm a student. Like you've inspired me to start paying off my student debt. And I'm like, what the hell? Like you're so nice.
That's great.
It is the best part of the job. Like I love that people feel inspired because like I would have loved for someone to told me that like it is okay to be in debt, it is okay to want to take care of your finances, like good for you. And like I'm so happy that
And again, it's not celebrated because especially in the space of social media, again, it's like people, which like, we have to do our collabs. We're grateful for all the sponsors.
We are very grateful.
Very grateful. But it's like, it's a space where products can often be like continually pushed on people.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't actually like, lead to the happiness that like anyone's trying to sell. And so I think like you having a voice standing out from that and being like,
absolutely.
Hey, you know what? Like it's like live your life, but also we need to like kind of create a community, keep each other accountable.
Exactly.
And like that kind of thing. Yeah.
And it's a really challenging fine line to navigate. Like as my job is to literally promote product, but I like don't always love wanting to promote like that type of consumerism. So like it's important to find products that align or like products you feel like
are you
have
picky
good value.
about who you work with?
Very much so. Yeah. Like I think it's so important, and like they just need to be like worth the investment because I think about like, okay, this 15-year-old girl is gonna look at this and want to buy it, and like she's working at frickin' Dairy Queen and she needs to like save every dollar.
Forever 21's
she's working at Forever 21 right now, like dealing with all the clothes stuffed into the table. So I think that's why it's important to like choose good products, and like that's why hyperconsumerism is like so insane. Like the add to cart is so dangerous.
Yeah. Is there, okay, so if we I want to take you through like those areas in your life where you cut back spending, and can you give the girlies just a quick tip on how you're able to do that? So you said you stopped ordering Uber Eats. What would you do instead if you got home, you were exhausted and you wanted like a meal for yourself?
I would meal prep.
Okay.
I would meal prep for the week, especially because I was working a 9 to 5 that involved like a 2-hour commute back home. I would just like have my little containers of food that I had prepped on Sunday so I could throw it in the microwave and then like eat it.
Okay.
And it was like, it's fun if you make it fun. Like you don't have to eat like chicken and rice and broccoli. Like you can make cool things.
Yeah.
So that was that. And it was worth it. I saved so much money not ordering Uber Eats. That was a crazy one. Cause that's like $30 to $40 a meal.
For sure. Yeah.
Like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
At least for me. So
and then it's like, too much. I know. I've also gotten the habit of sometimes just having things I know, like I know it's like more expensive to buy pre-made stuff at the grocery store, but still less expensive than if I was paying Uber Eats. And so if I just like grab some chicken dumplings from the freezer or whatever,
good. Oh yeah.
Like still better than if I was to order Uber Eats.
I do that now because like same thing, like I'm so tired, I'm like working, but I'll like have these like frozen chicken nuggets from Costco like in the freezer so I can throw those in the little air fryer for 10 minutes and I'm like, that is dinner.
That's dinner.
That is the meal.
Yeah. Again, like we're not claiming health.
Yes,
we're claiming
I never said
take care of yourself, obviously. But
exactly.
And then if your other category you mentioned was like like using more public transit and not taking Ubers.
Yeah,
you had to have, I'm assuming, more distance because I myself will be like, I aspire to take the TTC all the time, and then I'm like late getting ready, and then I'm like, well, shit, I don't want to be late to this whatever I'm going to. Yeah,
I hated this one. I remember because I had a 9 to 5 that required me to be at Union Station by like 7:30 in the morning. So I'd always Uber and be like, okay, this is a $12 Uber. It gets me there in 10 minutes instead of like 40 minutes of TTC. But once I added it all up, I'm like, oh my God, like this is the savings of like $100 a week if I decide to be disciplined.
Just to get up half an hour early or whatever. Yeah.
And so for that was it. And I like, you have to delete the apps. Like that was really it for me. Like I deleted all the apps that I was spending way too much money on, and that was the discipline because it would just be more effort to go in and re-download the app when I wanted it. It's like take that 2-second buffer to be like, okay, I'm gonna go microwave something, or I'm gonna air fry something, or I'm gonna like see when the next streetcar comes.
Right. Yeah. Just giving yourself a little pause.
Exactly.
To be like, you don't need
just
it, like,
calm
right
down.
now.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then what about the beauty stuff? Like you said, like hair, nails, and lashes, where you just like, I'm just gonna embrace more natural beauty. Did you kind of like do some of it on your own? Yeah, like
definitely. I started doing lashes on my own, just like because before I was paying for like the extensions that were like, like $100 every couple of weeks. And then the nails are like $100 and like haircuts and hair color. So I went like completely natural hair, just let it grow out like black, no nails or press-ons for like $10 a pack.
Yeah.
Or like little like false lashes, like clusters that you can put on. And yes, then that was all way cheaper than spending hundreds of dollars.
Right. Yeah.
And I still felt cute. But most of the time I just like didn't do any of that and like felt like a thumb, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like, again, society's telling us that we need to like have like, nobody needs to have their nails done 24/7. Cause again, like if you think of like, like the salon that I'll go to get my nails done sometimes for a special occasion, by the time you pay tax and tip, and I want to tip them well because they do a fantastic job. And I know they're not being like paid often like very well.
Exactly.
But that's like, that can be like $80.
Yeah.
And now you're spending that like what, twice a month?
It's
to
crazy.
Get them done. Like just for your nails.
Like, yeah, right. And like I love a nail thing more than the next person, but I'm like, this is this is not worth it. Like
Yeah.
I can't justify spending, 4 hours of a minimum wage job to do that.
Right.
Like that's
exactly.
just
When
not
you break
fair.
it down that way,
Yeah.
not only in terms of your money, but in terms of your time.
Yes.
Very impactful.
Exactly.
Very impactful. Did you have to change your relationship with failure at all, or with like, I know we were talking about appearance a little bit, but
Yeah, I think I definitely just felt a little more in my shell. And I was like, no one understands why I'm doing this or whatever. Like a lot of my friends were like, come out, like do this. Or I think my partner at the time was like, I don't know, he was pretty supportive, but I just remember feeling a little smaller, like very in my shell. But I was like, this is gonna pay off. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna feel this huge weight lifted off my shoulders once I pay off this debt. And I did.
Love it. I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, Bridgette, we're going to come back to, I want to do a little game with you. I'm calling it Save and Splurge.
Love.
The young woman's dilemma. Where are we going to
Love.
decide to save, what we're going to decide to splurge? But before we do that, would you be down to do a sponsored segment with Minty or for
I
me?
would absolutely love
Okay,
to.
amazing. We are going to put on some of Mintier's amazing mouth tape, and we're going to go into our next segment. Okay, guys, so we've got some mouth tape here from Mintier. You'll notice that it has this cute little slit in it, and that's because you can actually drink through a straw while you're wearing with it. I've been wearing these the last few weeks to sleep. It promotes breathing through your nose, which is great for healthy sleep and healthy rest, and also having your mouth closed.
Yeah.
It's better for your oral health.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend and I have been using these, and I'm not gonna lie, Bridget, it's kind of pissing me off because he's so excited about them that he puts them on every night, and I'll be like, wait, you didn't even kiss me goodnight first.
Wait, so rude.
He's just, so anyways, you can't really kiss with them on. That's my only complaint about them, but that's not what they're for. It's
So
to
we
keep
can't
your,
kiss.
your mouth blocked. Yeah, we can't kiss.
Okay,
Unfortunately, we have to
fine.
save our kissing till afterwards.
Okay.
You're so funny, I'm dead. And what I really love about these is that it is a Canadian female-founded small business. So
I love
cool.
that. That's a good thing to spend your money on.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and I love the mouth tape. It's so good for sleep. It's also hyperallergenic. And you don't wake up with that like nasty film that some other mouth tapes have.
Yes.
But we're gonna share some secrets while we're wearing the mouth tape. So we're both gonna put it on.
Okay.
This is gonna be so silly. I'm so excited. They're also really good for snoring, apparently.
You look
I don't
so
snore.
ridiculous.
You do not look ridiculous. You look more beautiful than I've ever seen you, actually.
I like your little mouth.
The little tiny mouth hole. I like your little tiny mouth.
This is crazy.
To clarify, I don't think you're supposed to talk a lot with this product on.
Oh,
But
no.
that's never stopped me before, and it won't stop me now. Okay, Bridget, let me
Yes.
hear how you sound with the mouth tape on.
Hello.
Hello. It's not bad.
No, it's good.
It's pretty flexible.
This one side keeps falling. No, she's good. She's secure. She's so
It's
secure.
because you have the makeup and lip gloss. Because when I put it on at the end of the night, like after my skincare, it's always like stuck. But yeah, we're like, oh my god,
This imprint's gonna be crazy. It doesn't feel like medical.
yes, which is very important because everyone's all into going to bed ugly and waking up hot.
Yeah, these are cool.
And this is cool. I
Yeah,
enjoy it.
I would try these.
I like it. Okay, we're gonna tell some secrets back and forth. Okay, are you ready? Okay, what's one thing you've always wanted to say to someone from your past but couldn't?
You.
Who are you saying it to?
Yeah, there's many. I'd say
There's okay.
a lot of high school people.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
get them. They didn't think I could be nothing, but here I am flapping around my mouth tape.
Yes.
So haters
Yes.
gonna hate. I think I would want to go back to like one of my high school drama teachers and be like, you really should have encouraged me in this area more because I wasted so much time studying economics, and
Yeah.
that was not for the good of society.
Literally fucked up.
actually.
Like I'm never gonna use trigonometry in my life.
No. And also, nobody even taught us how, as you were saying earlier, how to do our freaking taxes.
Exactly. Like tell me how to run a business.
No. Why don't you take me seriously? Don't run a goddamn business. Okay. What's one of your guilty pleasures?
Reality TV.
What TV?
Okay, everyone roasts me, but I love watching Below Deck.
Wait, what? Below Deck?
Oh Lord. It's like they're on a boat and they're just like, it's a reality show on the boat. And it's like so much drama.
Wait, it's like a cruise?
No, it's like a yacht.
Oh.
It's like a charter yacht.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like my guilty pleasure, probably anything with like chocolate. Or like I love like a baked good.
A sweet treat.
Yeah.
I love a sweet
Yeah,
treat.
but
What's your favorite?
I've been really loving like croissants and like donuts recently,
Okay.
which is like not.
Those are two very different
No,
things.
yeah. Anything that's like soft and like kind of chocolatey,
Cute.
I'm into it.
Okay.
like a cake.
Okay, that's
Also
3.
another product.
Nice.
I need to go eat. That's what I was like. You can't eat with mouth tape on, but you
True.
can do pretty much everything else with it.
Exactly.
Okay, I have another secret I need from you. What's a memory you wish you could erase from your childhood? We're cutting deep.
Oh my god, that's so scary. When I broke my ankle. I broke and twisted it.
How did you do that?
I was tobogganing. My cousin brought me tobogganing and threw me down and I broke my little ankle.
That was abuse. That
Yeah,
was
and then I was on crutches for 6 months, and now there's screws in it.
no.
It's my cool fun fact.
Do you still talk to this cousin?
Yeah, we're besties. It's
You shouldn't, honestly. You should cut that person out. Cut that negativity out of
No,
your
it was
life. That's crazy.
so harmless. It was cute. It was a fun time.
I feel like what's one memory I wish being born. No. I would like to erase like some of the bullying I encountered for being just like a weird little kid.
Oh my god, that's so intense.
But, it made me who I am.
Yep.
Who has Mouth Tape sponsorship now,
And they
Rebecca.
Exactly. Fuck you, Rebecca.
Do you have any secret talents?
I can set off metal detectors with my ankle because of the screws. So airports don't like me.
Oh, wait. Do you have to like travel with a medical note?
No, I just tell them, and then I show them my little leg, and they're
Okay.
like, "Oh my god, you're fucking."
Wait, can you
bionic."
can we see it or no? It's like in your.
It's like not really.
Okay.
No, my legs aren't shaved. That's why.
Okay. Yeah. No. Don't bring that up. Shave them before you go on your date, maybe.
Exactly.
Just in case. You never know. You don't
Exactly.
need to. You don't need to. I feel like my secret talent is my head is shaped in kind of a weird shape, and so
Oh.
like I can actually touch the back of my head to like my back.
No, you can't. Wait. Oh my god, I don't like that.
I don't. Nobody likes it.
Just kidding. I think it's beautiful.
No.
Yeah.
Just the ring.
I love it's like possessed in a good way. Good possession.
Like, girl, but that neck, dude. Nobody's ever been like, wow, that's a flexible
yeah, that's
neck.
a crazy position.
Is there anyone you secretly can't stand?
Yep. For sure.
Can you tell us who?
Can we bleep this?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, actually, no.
We'll bleep it. We'll bleep it.
There's creators I can't stand for sure.
Okay. Is it like because of things they've done to you personally, or just like you don't like their content because it's annoying?
I love everyone's content. No, things that they've said
Online.
Yeah, things they've concocted about me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So sad.
Yo, I think you're allowed to drop some names if they're
Oh my gosh,
if they're dropping
that's
your
so
name.
scary.
I would, but
They're insane. They're crazy.
Okay, we won't. You know who you are.
Yeah.
Represent yourself. Who is your first crush?
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. 6th grade. His name was Brandon Brown. I hope he sees this. I think he's married. I don't know.
What did you like about him?
He was nice. And he was cute. And I think we slow danced at like the school dance.
Oh,
It was so cute.
that's really
At
beautiful.
like arm's length.
I really like that.
Thank you.
My first crush was the big blue guy from Monsters Inc. Not in like a a romantic kind of way because I was young.
Wait, Sully?
Sully the
Wait, that's a crazy one.
yeah. He's like he's so tall and his arms like are so long. Like I think it was more just like
Not like the
Like-
pounds of blue and purple hair.
yeah, no, that wasn't really doing it for me. to be
Okay. Wait, I love
honest.
that. That's so fun.
Oh my god. Do you have any more secrets you want to know about me?
When is the last time you cried?
Oh, this morning.
Nice.
This morning, I
I'm
just
so
like
sorry.
got up and had a little cry.
I mean-
It wasn't even like a bad cry. I was just like, I was feeling overwhelmed by all the like lovely things in my life, and sometimes it'll just make me cry.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, no, but it's because it's my own fault. I don't take time throughout my normal life to
Yes.
like really absorb what's happening. Like I often
Yeah.
am very just like disassociated.
like-
yeah.
yeah. Oh,
And so
yeah.
when I was sitting down, I was writing my gratitude list, and I was like, oh wait, everything's actually so great.
Hey, I love a
and then it
happy
was like,
cry.
yeah. When was the last time you cried?
I don't cry.
Oh, okay. You're like, I just was looking for inspo.
I'm
Actually,
avoidant. I think the last time I cried was like, sometimes I watch cat videos and the cats are like being put down. I cry. But other than that,
that
like,
is
nothing.
sad. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's
but we're good now.
rip. Yeah.
No.
Just delete. Not interested on the algo.
Exactly.
Not
literally.
interested.
Yeah.
Okay, Bridget, we're gonna take the mouth tape off now.
Okay. Thank you, Mintier.
Thank you, Mintier. How does it feel? How do your lips feel now?
Moisturized.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
leave any sticky,
my
nasty
jaw feels
stuff.
more snatched.
More
I feel like I
snatched.
have breathed so well.
Yeah, it relaxes you too. They tell you in like meditation stuff to like breathe through your nose.
You're right.
And that's
No, they're cool.
science. That's women in STEM.
I love women. That was fun.
I love it. Thank you, Mintier. Okay, I want to go into our treat yourself, save or splurge kind of game. Okay. I feel like this is a common debate. Like we're like, oh, you need to save, you need to be financially well. But then we're also like, okay, but like treat yourself. Like I feel like every corner I go to, people are like, treat yourself, treat yourself, treat yourself. Like, do you have guidelines for yourself of like what's a treat and what's not? Is it a financial thing? Is it a vibes thing? Like how do you plan your treats?
Absolutely. I think life is all about balance. Like I'm not the most frugal person in the whole wide world. Like I enjoy living where I enjoy living alone in the city, going out with friends. Like that's still something I incorporate. So I personally feel good spending money on these splurges if I budget for them. And that's where I feel most women do not. Or so I don't know if most is the right word. I'm sure there's plenty of financially responsible people.
Yeah.
But like tapping our card away is not the move. It's being like, oh, I have $100 this week to spend on sweet treats and going out for drinks and blah, blah, blah. Like, does this fit within the $100 I gave myself?
Right. Is there something that like you know that you really love that you're like, can you give us an example of something you recently like were saving for and treated yourself? The matcha you had today?
Once a week. This is so, I don't know if this is like what you're looking for. Once a week, I get monkey sushi.
Oh, nice.
And it's like the worst sushi ever. Like everyone clowns me for getting it. My friends think I'm like someone with zero taste buds. But every week I get it and I like allot it into my like budget of spending like $29 on this like delicious platter every week.
And it brings you joy.
It brings me so, it has saved me from seasonal depression. Like I'm so serious.
It is, no, because genuinely like living your life so rigidly sometimes can be challenging. So it is nice to have like those kind of treats.
Exactly.
Do you think like your spending habits have changed since you've aged?
Yes.
Okay.
I think when I was in my early 20s, I'm 26 now, turning 27 this year. And when I was in my early 20s, I loved buying clothes. Like every season I'd have to have like new shoes, new shirts, new purses, new bags, new jeans, everything. This, like as I get older, like I just don't have interest in that because like fast fashion is like so insane.
Yeah.
And like
it's also hard because like for myself in my adult life, like my body like has like my weight has fluctuated a lot in like multiple directions. And so like sometimes it's hard where you're like, fuck, I need to get something new because it doesn't like fit quite right. But I've learned to like just like take things to the tailor if they need just a little some. Like you don't need to necessarily like restart from like getting a whole new piece.
Yeah, like every season people are like capsule wardrobe this. And I'm like, how many capsule wardrobes are we creating every year?
I think capsules supposed to mean like one, like
that's
what,
what
like
I'm
this lasts forever, but now it's like, oh, we have too many capsules. We're in timelines. Okay, would you save or splurge on the following items? We talked about some of them already, but hair care, like shampoos, curling wands. Do you have a Dyson? Like, are you doing that?
I'm gonna say save because like I think that nothing will give you more shine, more bounce, more hold. Like I think you're okay with drugstore products, like in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Save or splurge makeup.
Ooh. Save. Like, I'm sure the e.l.f. foundation is just as good as the NARS one.
I'm wearing e.l.f. concealer right now.
And you look amazing. So I like literally like we're fine.
It's fine. It's good.
Exactly.
Save or splurge gym memberships.
Oh, okay. That's a hard one because I think environments are very healthy to be in. They're very aspirational. So for me, I would splurge if you're getting your money's worth. Like I would pay for Altea if I'm getting like there's just so many areas you can go and it's not like a shitty Planet Fitness.
True.
I love Planet Fitness.
And when you said earlier you cut out your gym membership.
Yes.
But like did you have like a condo gym or like another place where you could exercise or were you just like I'm not doing any sort of gym kind of exercise?
I canceled the Good Life to just do my condo gym.
Nice.
And it was like much shittier, but it got the job done for sure.
Yeah, true. Okay, so there are ways you can cut back that way.
Absolutely.
Save or splurge new clothes.
Like how much we splurge in, like for me, like $100 max.
Yeah,
every like little while. So I mean, I feel like that's a save. And I will never buy I'll never spend more than like $100 on a thing.
Me too. Well, and there's so many there's so many like great products out there. Some like Canadian businesses like Lululemon and Aritzia. That like respectfully, I just can't afford to spend $150 on them effortless pants.
Exactly.
But you can go into so many like websites and like look for dupes.
Yeah, Poshmark. I'm a huge fan of Poshmark.
Okay, love. And also thrift. I really appreciated thrifting recently too.
Yeah, I love a good thrift.
Yeah, exactly. Which like it's not always like a lot cheaper. I guess if you're doing more like vintage like consignment kind of shopping. but there's other options. There's other
Exactly.
options. Going back to the workout train, a
Yeah.
save or splurge on like a matching set, a workout set.
I think you can find not cheap. I think you can find affordable,
Yeah.
good quality sets like on Amazon or small Canadian businesses
Mm-hmm.
that aren't like aloe prices.
I love it. I love it. Okay, save or splurge. We talked about this one already, but nails.
It's definitely save. Press-ons will change your life. Like they're amazing.
And like honestly, the only time I've ever had trouble with press-ons is when I was playing beach volleyball in the summer, and like the kind of like sticky sand was like getting under. I was like, oh,
that's
no, that's
overstimulating.
not. Yeah, that's no. It was like, I need to like get these off immediately.
No, there's some good ones. Like there's ones that like are no glue, and you can just stick them on. There's ones that have like UV glue. You can put them on; those stay forever. Like I was gonna put them on today for this, so don't look. But like they're amazing. I love them.
It's beautiful, natural. It's all good. Yeah. Okay, last one for you: save or splurge. Sorry, I literally can't even see my note. It's okay. Save or splurge, apartment, life,
Splurge.
that kind of thing. Splurge on that.
That
Okay.
is one of the only things I will never regret spending money on is living alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just the best time in the world.
Yeah.
Like you have so much freedom. You learn about yourself, like the self-love, the isolation. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's so worth
You
it.
can't put a price on that, but like Toronto rent is
But you can.
expensive.
But
So
that
make sure
price
you can
is-
afford that,
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and also, having that nice apartment comes with the price tags. And so then you just have to figure out other areas where you're going to be okay saving a little bit more.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Bridgette, I've got some rapid fire questions to close out our episode today.
I'm ready.
What is one big tip that you would have wanted to give yourself financially when you were 19 before this all happened?
Yeah. Save more. Like I think we think that saving isn't something everyone's doing, but the people that get ahead 10 years later are the people that have money saved up
Yeah.
and they know what to do with it. So I would prioritize saving as like a younger teenager, like a 19-year-old.
Save more than you think you need to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would also tell her, like, don't stop talking to that man, whichever man it is.
For sure.
Just stop
Don't
talking to that
he's
man.
not the love of your life.
Literally, no.
Yeah.
Call your friends, call your mom, call
Exactly.
literally anyone else.
Yeah.
Bridgette, what's one app on your phone you refuse to delete?
Oh my God. Okay, right now I'm really into my Ultra Human app, which is like the smart ring.
Oh.
It's like I was checking recently. It's like the app I open the most
Interesting.
because it has like all my like bio data for like sleep, stress,
What
caffeine
do you
levels.
look up most when you're on? Is it sleep stuff?
Stress.
Oh.
Yeah. So like after this like episode,
You're
I'm gonna
gonna
check
see-
it and see like how stressed or calm I was.
Okay, let me know.
Yeah.
we'll actually link it in the show notes below.
Yeah.
Everyone can see.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm hoping the mintier moment, like we can
Yeah,
identify
like,
that.
as
That
calm.
that
I'm
calmed
sure
you
it
down.
was.
I'm sure it is.
Yes.
I'm sure it is. Can you read us something from your notes app? It doesn't have to make sense to us.
Yes, I can. I love a good notes app. My notes app is a crazy zone. Oh, this one's good. It was my therapy session yesterday, and it says, "Why are we giving points for a man to have self-awareness to apologize?" And then it says, "Don't sleep with him unless he's a 7 on emotional connection scale."
Oh, okay.
That was a slay.
I thought it was just gonna be like, unless he's a 7.
No.
Or above or something. I'm like, no, this is leaning back more into the territory where you're like, no, that day.
My therapist was like, "Wait till you like him first."
Yeah,
So-
yeah. No, and like I feel like, do what you want to do. I joke about this in my stand-up, but I realized for myself I really don't like casual sex that much. Just because I realized like for me it was more of like a coping mechanism of like
A
trying to
trauma
fill.
thing.
just trying to fill-
Validation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I had to pay my therapist for that advice, but you just told me for free.
Yeah,
So thank you. I appreciate it.
This is, we're not gonna, this is blind leading the blind again, once again. Bridgette, last question for you. How do you keep from being overstimulated?
I leave.
You,
I am the queen of an Irish exit. Like I will leave.
I adore that. I ask everyone that. No one's ever just been like, I'm out.
They're probably like, "Oh, I breathe." I'm like, bro, I shut down and I get the fuck out of there. Like, that's like you have 2 legs, you have a little Uber app, but like you have a TGC somewhere. Like, go.
Just get out of
Yeah.
there. Honestly, that was the perfect spot to end this episode today. Bridgette, where can everyone find you online?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Bridgette Vong. I talk all things finance, lifestyle, dating, and self-development.
Yeah, you're going to want to go see how this first date that she's going on turned out.
I'm a big yapper on there.
I'm so excited to see it. And good luck on your date tonight.
Thank you so much. We're sending good vibes. We'll see how it goes. And next time I come on, I'm going to be married, by the way.
Yeah. We will cover the overstimulated. We'll live stream the wedding.
Exactly.
We will be there.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming, Bridgette. Thanks so much for getting overstimulated with us. We will see you next time. Bye.